Hey everyone, welcome to the show. So I wanted to share some details with you guys from a focus group, or actually two focus groups. You may have seen some of the information from these focus groups, very little on CNN. I saw them talking about it. Of course, they picked up on one specific thing about how these people didn't like the fact that Elon Musk is so involved in Donald Trump's presidency and the upcoming administration. But they failed to give a lot of other information that I found very informative, very instructive. As usual, the mainstream media just runs right by this stuff. So I wanted to share it with all of you so you understand where these people's minds are at, why they voted the way they did. So again, this was two focus groups conducted by Engagious, and it consisted of 14 people in total. These are swing voters. So these are people who voted for Trump in 2016. They went for Biden in 2020, and then some of them went back to Trump this year, not all. But as typical with these groups, the most uninformed people get their news from their friends and family. It's basically confirmation bias. They're not out looking for anything new. They're not out to educate themselves. They just want to confirm that what they already think, what they already feel is accurate in their mind, according to the people around them who know as little as they do. So what I found interesting is they asked these people, do you plan to stay engaged or do you plan to just tune out political news during Trump's term? 3 out of the 14 said, yeah, I am just checking out, not going to pay any attention until the next election. So that is not good. They also asked, what caused you to either confirm your support for Trump or your opposition to voting for Trump? One Trump voter, surprisingly, a black man, said the rally that he held at Madison Square Garden, that actually confirmed his support for Trump. This man wrongfully said, oh yeah, well, Trump came out and immediately disavowed the racist remarks made by the comedian. Yeah, so he, in his mind, oh, well, see, this is a different Trump. This is different than how he was in 2016. No, he did not. He did not come out and disavow it. His campaign disavowed it. Trump made excuses for it. But this is what I mean from people who are not engaged, people who are just hearing things, or seeing things, just randomly on maybe TikTok or whatever, and they're not getting the full story. There was another Trump voter who said, oh, well, he took a bullet and, he's fist pumping. So what? So what? That makes him okay to run the country? That means that he should be trusted with more classified documents after he stole them before and then tried to obstruct justice. I mean, so shallow. Some of these voters are so freaking shallow. A Harris voter said, yes, her opinion and vote was confirmed for Harris because she thought of her nieces and she thought of their rights as they grow up and how, they need to be protected. Very noble. That's the right mindset. Caring about other people. What a concept. And there was another Harris voter who said that there were just a lot of reasons why he didn't want to vote for Trump. One reason was he said it was obvious to him that Trump is senile. This guy really hated Trump, by the way. There was another Harris voter who said he's a convicted felon. Soon as he became a convicted felon, I was out. I was done. They also asked if these people believe that Trump will fulfill his promises. This is very interesting to me. When they asked, so they went down a list. They said, do you think that he will eliminate tax on tips? They were split. 7 out of the 14 said, yes, they think he'll do it. Obviously, 7 delusional people. They asked, do you think he will eliminate tax on overtime? 5 out of the 14 said yes. Not a chance in hell. Not a chance in hell. Do you think that he will eliminate tax on Social Security? Only one was fool enough to believe that he will do that. They also asked, do you think that he will cut taxes for corporations? 11 of the 14 said yes. So very instructive again about, what they think his priorities are. So yeah, of course he's going to side with corporations. They asked them, do you think he will make the 2017 tax cuts permanent? Now remember, these are the tax cuts for the very wealthiest people. About something like 86% of the benefit went to the most wealthy in this country. They got rid of anything that would help the middle class. And so only 4 out of the 14 said, oh yeah, I think that he will make that permanent. The other 10 are completely out of their minds. Don't think so. Again, he's always going to help the wealthy. He's always going to help the corporations. They also asked about the tariffs. They said, he has proposed 10 to 20% tariffs on imports, 60% of tariffs on Chinese goods. Do you think he'll do that? 5 out of the 14 said, yes, he will. I don't know if he will. I think that business leaders are going to start pressuring him. So I don't know how real that is, that he's going to go through with this. I think he'll nibble around the edges and do some of it just so he can tell his sheep that, oh, see, I did it. I did what I said I was going to do. Yeah. But it's not going to be anywhere near enough that, it's not going to be anything like what he promised. And again, it's not going to fund all of these programs that he told them he was going to fund. That's not the way it works. They also asked, do you think that that they will cut federal taxes, or that Trump will cut federal taxes? Only 2 out of the 14 fell for that and said yes. They said, do you think that he will reduce Biden regulations? Again, they got this one right. 11 out of the 14 said yes. He will absolutely cut regulations. He did that the first time, and we saw the disastrous consequences. So, you guys want to drink unhealthy water, breathe in unhealthy air, pollute our lands, cause more climate change, which is going to bring about more immigration, which they say they don't want. There you go for it. They also asked, do you think he will follow through on deporting millions of undocumented immigrants? And of the 14, 10 said yes. So, which I think he will do. I think that is one promise he will keep based on who he's putting in his administration, especially. They said, do you think that he will end the Ukraine and Russian war? 7 out of the 14 said yes. I think that yes, he will, and it will be to Russia's favor, of course. They said, do you think that he will end the Israel-Gaza war? Only 2 out of the 14 agreed with that, which that is very, very smart for for the other, 12 that, yeah, they don't buy it either. He is not going to end that war because Netanyahu has too much on the line, right? I mean, just like Trump, he has been indicted. So he knows as soon as he stops, he's going to prison. He's a criminal. And so you have a criminal running a war to stay out of prison, and you got another criminal who just got into office so he can stay out of prison. I mean, 2 peas in a pod, and the International Crimes Court just issued an arrest warrant for Netanyahu. So yeah, he does, now he can't travel to certain areas without the risk of being arrested. So yeah, he wants to remain in office as long as he can. And in the meantime, he's slaughtering innocent babies and children. And people are totally cool with that. How that's defense, I don't know. But anyway, I'll talk more about that in another video. They also asked, do you think Trump will go after his enemies? Only 8 out of the 14 said yes. Are these other 6 smoking crack? That's what I want to know. Put the crack pipe down, 6 people. I mean, seriously. One woman actually had the audacity and ignorance to say, there are more pressing issues facing the United States, so I don't think Trump's going to do that. Oh yeah, because, he didn't play golf almost every other day during his last presidency. He's so busy fixing the country. Give me a freaking break. These people, I swear to God. And then they asked, do you think he would be justified in going after his enemies? 2 actually said yes. 2 out of the 14. And then when they drilled down a little bit more, which is why I prefer focus groups to just random polling, they got them to kind of waffle a bit and admit, well, yeah, actually, they haven't committed crimes. So, not really a reason to go after people just because you don't like the things they said about you. So then they asked, do you think that it's good that Republicans will have control of all, facets of the government, House, Senate, and White House? Only 4 said yes. So the other 10 were like, no, I mean, this is not good. There's unchecked power. He's going to be able to do whatever he wants. Bills that shouldn't get passed are still going to get passed, blah, blah, blah. As you may have heard, they asked, do you think it's good that Elon Musk is advising Trump? Not a single one said yes. And that is very smart because look at it this way. This is a guy who gets a ton of money from the US government. He has business with the US government. We are reliant on him for so many things, and he gets funding for a lot of these things and a lot of the programs that he's helping the government to implement. You're literally putting the hen or the fox in charge of the hen house. I mean, who do you think Elon Musk is going to dole out money to when he is one of the recipients? Who do you think is going to be the biggest beneficiary of government funding? And oh, whoops, I mean, look at that. All the government funding for all of my competitors got cut. What do you know? But MAGA, I mean, we got to drain the swamp. We got to get rid of the corruption. This is oligarchy 101. It's ridiculous. They also asked, do you think it's good that Robert F. Kennedy Jr. is advising Trump? Only 1 said yes. So the next Democratic Party candidate came up, which was terrifying for me to hear the results. They asked, who do you think should be the next party candidate? 4 of them said Josh Shapiro. 2 said Hakeem Jeffries. Need I remind you, Hakeem Jeffries, he protected, I can't remember the House member's name, who helped Trump with his coup attempt in 2020. Literally stuck up for him and said, no, I don't think that he should have to turn over his devices to the FBI. And I don't think that, the FBI should have unfettered access to his information on his phone. Why would we want to put someone like Hakeem Jeffries in charge? He is completely against any progression in the government. He is the old guard. He is the standard, go along to get along with the corporation so I can keep taking their money. Guys, please pay attention on the left too. We need to pay attention and look into who these people are. One person said AOC, Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. I like her. I really do. She is too young. She is too worried about what people think of her and whether or not people like her. And that is an affliction you have as a woman when you're young. I never suffered from that. But it's only gotten worse since then. You get older, you're like, like me, don't like me. I don't really give a damn. I'm gonna be me. I'm gonna do me, and you do you, and whatever. So no, I think she needs a little more time, and I think she needs to cook a little bit longer. One person said, Bernie, as much as I wish that ship has sailed, he is not going to run. Another one said, Gavin Newsom, dear God in heaven, can people just learn from their mistakes? We need to stop with the traditional, canned, made in a factory politicians with their canned remarks and their, rehearsed speeches and typical politician BS. No, that is not what America wants. 4 said Mark Cuban. Before he backed Kamala Harris, I would have said yes. No, the guy is anti-worker. He undermined any type of populist economic programs that Kamala Harris spoke of or was interested in pursuing. So, no, I disagree at this point. They also asked what needs to change about the Democrats. Two said they need to bring it back to the center. There was a lot of nodding on these panels, which is like, are you freaking kidding me, people? That's what they did. She was literally out campaigning with Liz Cheney. She was out there campaigning with all kinds of Republicans, boasting about all the Republicans who supported her, talking about middle of the road issues. As I have said before, you stay in the middle of the road for too long, you're going to get run over. You need to pick a lane. So this idea of, oh, we need to bring it back to the center, we just tried that and she got run over. So no, that is clearly not the path. People want a populist economic message. I am not talking about populism as far as, transgender stuff and, identity politics and all. I'm talking about economics. People want to be taken care of. They like the stimulus checks. They like, the child tax credits. Help people. That's what they need. Another person said, oh, we need to stop pandering to specific groups. I kind of agree to that. I think we need to focus on the electorate as a whole and treat people as people and stop singling them out, because then it is going to piss off other groups. And so, yeah, you just need to, again, economic populist message. Everyone likes it. Everyone. They also said we need to stop with the celebrity endorsements. Initially I was like, I don't, who cares? But after hearing that some of them were paid literally millions of dollars, like literally Oprah. Why did Oprah need to be paid $1 million to go and endorse Kamala Harris? I have lost a ton of respect for her. All of them got paid. I don't know if you guys knew that. I was shocked to find out that that was actually true. I thought it was something that the right was making up. No, it is actually true. They got paid. Beyonce got paid. Everyone got paid for showing up. That is bullshit. If you care about this country and you back a politician, you should get your ass up there and not expect a dime. It is BS. So yeah, none of that, because that's where a lot of that $1 billion that Kamala raised, that's where it went. Another person said, end the quote unquote bleeding heart attitude, and allow legal immigration only. I can kind of see where this person is coming from. I do care that, if we do have people coming into this country who committed crimes in their home country, no, they should not be allowed in. That we do need more vetting, but we need the money to do that. We need more judges, and we need to speed things up so people aren't waiting, who are in imminent danger, people who are fleeing violence and are, at risk of whether it's gangs or domestic violence or what have you. So we just need a better system. For the love of God, I just hope that everybody gets together eventually. I mean, I know I'm asking for a miracle here. I know I'm asking for like a unicorn event, but for the love of God, just get your shit together in Washington and figure this out. It's not rocket science. So, and even then, people can figure that out. All right. So again, very instructive. I thought that these answers were kind of illuminating on where these people are that keep hopping the fence and going back and forth. One thing that really struck me too was that there were a couple people who voted for third-party candidates. They were shocked that Kamala didn't win. I think that they looked at their votes. They didn't say this, but I got the impression from their attitude and their responses that they thought of this as like protest votes, but they really thought that Kamala was going to win. So they thought it was safe to go and vote for a third party. So I would be surprised, or I would be interested to find out how many people did that and now regret it and went like, damn, I thought it was in the bag for her, and I shouldn't have done that. Anyway, that's where we're at as a country. But yeah, Trump is below, for those of you who haven't heard, he is below 50%. So not a massive mandate, did not sweep the country and turn everybody red. He is below 50%. When you factor in the third party candidates and people who wrote in someone else's name who wasn't even on the ballot, he has now dropped down below 50% of the vote. And his lead in the popular vote continues to shrink. I think it's just above 2 million at this point. So yeah, not this overwhelming mandate that the Republicans claim he has. More than half the country still hate his ass. All right, I will let you all know if I hear more. Thank you so much for watching and listening. Please like, please share, please subscribe. Love you all. Take care. Talk with you soon.